Please rise or don't. Do whatever the fuck you want, man. Because, like, life is hard. You don't need anybody telling you how to live. Hear, O ye! Whatever is out there running this shit. And look upon us here, trying our best. Bless us with lo-fi vibes, rockin' bods of all shapes and sizes, and some sweet visuals to enhance the experience of existence. For we are stressed out and need a minute, a second. Any length of time is fine, because we're in no hurry to get back at it, although we must. It is to you, mystic ball of something that keeps it going, that we turn in our hour of need for purpose. It is to ye we look for knowledge beyond ourselves, and it is to ye we pray through the haze of whatever we're smoking. With our finger on the carb, or in the case of Tyler, vaping so much his head looks like a Halloween decoration. May our reflections be illuminating. May our inner journeys be successful. May we take the moment we need, and may our trip be smooth, because like last time it was pretty rough, and Dina spent most of the night thinking she was trapped in a cube, and it took like 3 hours for her to calm down, so let's not do that again. It was weird. In the name of the poppers, the fun, and the holy shit that's good, we pray. Hey, my, pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side. Please be seated or whatever. The great prophet Hunter S. Thompson once said, well, what the hell? We could always load up on acid and spend the day roaming around the grounds with big sketch pads doing acid, laughing hysterically at the natives and swilling mint juleps so the cops don't think we're abnormal. And I couldn't agree more. Life is standard issue. We all begin and end. And then there's some shit in between that's sometimes good, sometimes horrible. And then like once in a while you remember that you have Freezy Pops in the freezer and it's hot, and like, when's the last time you had one? That's it. That's life. From the start, existence is rough because you never asked to be created. You had no say in your design, and you were not delivered with instructions. Everyone involved in building you was just guessing. Educated guessing, of course. Hopefully. Maybe. And like an IKEA desk, they kind of had the right idea, but aren't entirely sure if you're putting together correctly. And everyone else is hovering around and telling them how they're supposed to do it. The metaphor ends here, and reality shall set in. No one really knows how this all works and what it's all for. They just go with what works for them, and then they figure what's working for them must be how it's supposed to work for everyone, and fuck, it's working great, so everyone should try it. And so they tell everyone as loud as they can what you're supposed to do. And you can't help but listen, because they're very excited and kind of aggro about it. You figure it's just better to let them get it out. But they've been going for a while, and now are now demanding that you do what they tell you to do. And you're happy they found something that got them so gassed, but it's getting laced and it's starting to piss you off. And you figure they better be right about whatever they believe, because they're about to find out real quick if there's a fucking afterlife. Religion is personal, is what I'm saying. Like grief, love, and dipping sauces. It works for you if it works for you. And like everything else in existence, it's fucking better with drugs. Recently, the Associated Press released an article about the new hotness in spiritual enlightenment, ayahuasca churches. They've been around for a while, and since the 2006 Supreme Court ruling that allowed a New Mexico branch of the União do Vegetal Christian Spiritualism Church the right to use ayahuasca as a sacrament, they're gaining popularity. Which is not like that hard to imagine. Because like, yeah, drinking some tea and tripping your nuts off sounds way better than sitting for an hour in your khakis while some old guy gives you a moral TED talk at 9 a.m. on a fucking Sunday. Now, before you ask, yes, ayahuasca is illegal. Its active ingredient is DMT, and that is a Schedule 1 drug. So federally, it is illegal in the U.S. because racism and old dudes are weird about fun, I guess. And before you start up in the comments, marijuana is also classified as a Schedule 1 drug. I'm just saying. Basically, that means that a drug is addictive and serves no medicinal purpose, on which I call shenanigans. Because, like, I'm addicted to breakfast sausages, and the feds are not seizing that shit at the border. Now I hear you. Sausage contains high levels of B12 and iron, which are essential for healthy red blood cells, and hemoglobin productions has high levels of phosphorus, which is important for maintaining kidney functions. And niacin makes your hair look fantastic, and that's my point. And I can Google too. The dose makes the poison. That's science. I'm not saying we should be chugging ayahuasca with our mimosas, but like, what if we did? Like, imagine how much more tolerable brunch conversations would be. Like, instead of the latest thing that Britney is, quote, obsessed with, we would... Yeah, I'm talking to you, Britney. Instead of what the latest thing you're obsessed with, we'd seismically be communicating introspections on the quantum nature of consciousness at the waffle bar. Sure, there's an added side convo about how much money we just wasted because everybody's puking, but that's slipping fucking hairs, man. Ayahuasca has been around for a long time, and it comes from the earth, so you should be able to get it in the organic section at Mariano's, I'm just saying. How it works is you brew a tea with these 2 Amazonian plants that you can Google later, and then you can kiss this plane of existence goodbye. You've been sipping this high-octane Lipton tea for a long time, back about 1,000 years or so. It's a big damn deal in South and Central American countries where it's legal. Mexico, Peru, Costa Rica, you know, the fun places that Britney is obsessed with. And it was and is used as spiritual medicine back in the before times in the Amazonian basin, and today in churches like the one I mentioned earlier in Brazil with chapters all over. Quote, in every major city in the United States, every weekend, there are multiple ayahuasca ceremonies. It's not just a twice-a-year thing, says Sean McAllister, who's repping Arizona in an Arizonian church who filed a lawsuit against the federal government after its ayahuasca was seized from Peru at Port Los Angeles. And because of narcs, a lot of churches are stopping operation because they're afraid of the man cracking down on them, kissing the sky, all because of old dudes and their ways are the right ways and everybody else's ways are dumb and scary. And I get it. I love my favorite things. All right, but they're not your favorite things. Like, it doesn't work for everyone. Like, some people like licorice. I'll never get it. Like, licorice does not cause hallucinations, but I do want to puke when I eat it. So it's kind of the same thing. Plus, the holy rush I get from previously mentioned breakfast sausages should be a sacrament. And, big surprise, big reveal, I will be filing that petition this afternoon. Gotcha, fuckers! You're at church right now! The holy house of links at our Jimmy of Eternal Breakfast Meats is in session, and you're actually praying right now. See how easy that was? I'm gonna hotbox this room in a second, and you're gonna really know how satisfying a post-fatty rip breakfast sausage can be. You wanna touch God? Get on my back and ride with me to heaven with a side of pancakes. Praises be to Johnsonville and the maple brown sugar ghost. Before we let you leave for the day, we will close with an eggs benediction. Please turn your Hampshire Framnels to delicious. Oh Lord, above or wherever, we know not what we're doing. Even if you fucking came down from the sky and told us what was up, I'm sure the comments section would be on fire with hot takes and shit posts. It's all nonsense down here anyway. So anything we can do to get high and get enlightened, we shall. Please keep the hits coming because it's Saturday and I don't have to drive. The world is confusing and hard, and whatever force, be it God, Allah, or the actual force that keeps things moving isn't telling us the answers to the puzzle. We're trapped in the escape room of existence, and all we have is each other and some sweet chemicals to take the edge off. So, legalize it as you like it, and may we all get loose and loved. Spark them if you got them, and stay weird. I love you. Good night.
Chad the Bird.